what athletics like in Norway? How is it taken in Norway? Compare, or do you guys know much about the British side of it, or do you guys just sort of do your own thing?
I don't know a lot about British sprinting or athletics. It's I know you have like some school championships,
Yeah.
and I know a lot more people do it in Britain.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so well, I don't believe. Well, I think athletics in Norway has been pretty small for the last years. Uh, I know, like internationally, Norway was doing pretty well in the '90s. Like everyone always talks about, like the great '90s. We had several good people in every event, like and also, well, in the middle of the 2000s, we were doing really poorly, and but by the end of the 2000s, we had Andreas Torkelsen in the javelin. But other than that, I don't believe we had a lot of international people in athletics. But for the last couple of years, we have gotten like Carsten and Ingebrigtsen, and the Ingebrigtsens live like 20 minutes from me. And here we have what we call like the Ingebrigtsen effect, because we're starting to get a lot of more young people into athletics now, probably because of Carsten and Ingebrigtsen and other people doing well. So it's starting to get bigger, but other than that, it hasn't been like huge for the past couple of years, I believe.
Okay. Because the Ingebrigtsens, for instance, like when they were competing in the World Championships, I know a few, like they were very, very well promoted in the UK, for instance, like they were very, very well talked about. So, I'm guessing that's the same thing for you guys as well. If you see people at the national level, Olympic level athletes competing, it motivates you guys a lot more
Mm.
and probably drives a lot more interest into the sports as well. Um, what about the junior level? So, when you were in school, was it through school you go into athletics, or was it just again you watching on TV and just decided I wanted to go into this?
Well, when I was younger, I was always like the fast guy in class. And actually, in the first time I thought about trying athletics was in 2009, and I started in the club where I'm now. I started in a group, but I just really wanted to do sprinting, and I started right after the season ended. I didn't know when the season was, so so I just started in like sort of a, well, for me it was like a boring training period because nothing
Yeah, the
was
hard training
happening.
block.
Yeah. So, and we were doing like a lot of long runs and intervals, and uh yeah, and I didn't like get to know anyone really well, so I stopped after about a month, I think. But And then from 2009 to 2012, I was just like playing football and roller skating. And then in 2011, a guy on my football team started training sprinting, or he started in like the basic group where all the kids do everything, but he was like crazy fast compared to the other guys. He was early developed,
Okay.
so he got to start training with a sprinting group, and then he broke. Yeah, he was like the best in the nation in the 400, and he broke like every club record in like every distance from 60 to 600, and yeah,
From
so
60 to 600.
yeah, and long jump and ball throw and yeah, like everything. So, and I thought, and I was, both of us were playing defense in our football team. None of us were like really good technically with the football. We just kicked it far and ran fast.
And run.
And I was thinking that, yeah, I'm not that much slower than him. So I started, or I asked if I could join the group, and then I started training with them in like October 2012. Um, and I did my first. Then I just started like training twice a week, and I trained twice a week football. And then I trained more and more, and by like May 2013, so after like 6 months, I found out that I would just quit football, because I found out that I just loved running. So
Okay.
that was how I got into it.
Oh, cool. So I think that's pretty much the same thing as I did. I sort of just quit football and just went, actually, I enjoy beating people constantly
Yeah.
till you get to the next stage.